Pioneers in methods, Murad, Sultan, Ezouidi. Today we are going to subtitle some workshops for that deals with gamification. Okay, I'll just start here. Okay, let's say in fact gamification. Okay, this is let's say workshop using gamification and fun education. We can start that. We can tell that gamification in fact is a famous, let's say, strategy, or is a fancy word that has been largely used in the education and learning sector for many years. But what does it actually mean, and how can it lead to improved learning outcomes? So, in this guide, we are going to explain the benefits of gamification in learning and how both teachers and parents can use it to increase students' concentration and knowledge. Gamification, in fact, learners can be defined as a set of activities and processes to solve problems by using the characteristics of game elements. Okay, and you can say that the gamification theory in education, in fact, is that students or learners learn best when they are also having fun. And not only this, they also learn best when they have goals and purpose and targets and so achievements to reach for. Okay, of course, in a way that the learner still, let's say, perceives as a fan. Okay, for example, look at this, let's say, a classroom. Okay, learners, let's say, using small boards, okay, to write the answers, because in fact of the additive features of video games that integral children and adults and get them hooked. So it's only natural that we see similar engagement results when these games based elements are applied to learn material. Between parentheses, we can say that gamification in learners, in fact, involves using let's say, using game-based elements such as sorry, point scoring per competition, teamwork, score tables to drive engagement, help students assimilate new information and test, of course, their knowledge. Okay, it can apply to school-based subjects, but it's also used, let's say, widely in self-teaching apps and courses, showing the effects of gamification don't stop we or when we are adults. Okay, therefore, let's say, learners, we can add the following given points for meeting academic objectives. Okay, you see this atmosphere for the learners in the classroom. All of them are enthusiastic and, let's say, looking for, let's say, studying new methods, okay, new strategies. We can, let's say, inspire students to see simple sets of questions in a whole new light. Correct or well structured answers operate on a point system. With the student moving up through the ranks, the full learners student need, in fact, to cite details from the text and the evidence from conclusion in class or on discussions. Answers without evidence can be worth only 1 point, but correct answer with one piece of evidence should, let's say, worth 2 marks or 2 points, and the correct answer plus two pieces of evidence should at least worth 3 points. Okay, this is points for meeting academic objectives. Let's move to create, let's say, playful berries. One of the primary tenets of gamification is, in fact, the use of encouragement mechanics through presenting, let's say, playful berries challenges. For example, playful berries can be academic or behavioral, social, private, creative, or logistical. And the third, let's say, strategy, or third keyword is creating competition with the classroom. Competition, in fact, with the classmates, other classes, or even with the teacher is a surefire game-based element that works For example, learners student must follow a rule that the teacher sets, and anytime, let's say, a student follows the rule, the class gets a point. Anytime a student does not follow a rule, the teacher get this point back, like, to him. This is a particularly great tool for introducing procedures and new behavioral expectations. If the class wins, the teacher also use a sustainable reward such as 1 minute dance party, extended break time, or a few homeworks tasks. Okay, then we can, let's say, focus on the fourth, let's say, point, which is using levels, checkpoints, and other methods of progression, as well as the tracking points. Teachers can use various checkpoints, levels, or other symbols of progressions to give learners focus and proportionate bragging right when they achieve it. In fact, track points over multiple classes. For example, when students reach an important milestone such as 100 points, let them level up as they progress further. Give or sustainable milestone rewards such as or for instance, extra reading for playtime, a session on the computer, or the chance to be class captain for the day. You can see this is the atmosphere for the learners in the classroom. They are playing balls, they working with probability, and they, let's say, realizing experimental, let's say, experimental distribution. Okay, so we can say that given learning badges instead of points or grades or scores, sometimes in fact something tangible and symbolic can, let's say, mean more than receiving points. When a student reaches certain checkpoints or levels, you may wish to present them a marker of their success, such as learning badges or stickers. The sixth steps to gamify the classroom learners is like any effective classroom like that, aka, and enthusiastic classroom strategy. Gamification, it's not about only throwing spaghetti at the wall and looking for or seeing what sticks. A solid gamified curriculum map status with a few well throughout steps. Okay, and then let's say we can identify what should be gamified. In fact, while working with your syllabus or your lesson plans, gamification is all about motivation and engagement. So focus on areas into the classroom where those elements are lacking. If we suppose that students are having trouble getting started on their anchor activities, for example, you can use badges or experience points to help you to, let's say, okay, to help give them an added boost. Okay, now your student, you should, let's say, inject your listeners planning with game mechanics. Your student already know if they are into, let's say, Pokemon, you may put more emphasis and on collecting achievement. Okay, therefore you should, let's say, set rules, okay, in the classroom like that. You can, let's say, give them some A3, A6 to work through an object or a target, okay, regarding to your syllabus. In fact, all games have rules, and this is not different with the class. How your gamified approach works and clearly outline their paths to advancement and reward. Keep it flexible. Okay, means that at the same time it's important to give a student a choice in how they want to progress based on their interests and abilities. If you are awarding experience, let's say, points, for example, make sure that are multiple or that there are multiple ways to earn them. Extend beyond one subject. Think big as you are mapping your curriculum. look for opportunities or chances to add gamification that connects, in fact, with other subjects and ties in learning from previous years. You can also work alongside other teachers to create cross-class goals that turn learning into an adventure that lasts for years to come. Then track your own progress. I mean, is your gamified approach working? In fact, you will not know unless you measure your own progress towards your classroom goals. This is a fun opportunity. This is a fun chance to set up an XP path for yourself. Remember, your goals is to make your curriculum and your listeners more engagement throughout, not just for the sake of fun, but also to help advance students learners. Okay, here, for example, I'll just give you a method of your pioneers, Murad, Sultan, Ezouidi. Okay, uh, the first example was done for you. Okay, for example, here 8 multiplied by 8. Some learners they can, let's say, memorize the answer. Just here write 8 by 8, then try to round this number to the nearest 10. So 8 plus what gives 10 plus 2, then 8 plus what gives 10 gives, so that says has 2. Therefore, I will subtract or take, or 8 takes 2 means I will subtract 2 from 8. It will be a 6. Okay, 8 minus 2 multiplied by the number that you rounded first. It will be 6 multiplied by 10, 60, plus the product of these two numbers. That will be 2 and 2, it will be 4. Therefore, the answer is 64. For those who don't like to memorize the timetables, okay, so this is a new method I already created. Since I came to the school of Samara Bilingual School, I thought 2013 or 2014, whatsoever, 13 or 14. So we explored this method and we invented this method, and now it's up on your, or it's available for you to use or to let your kids learn this. It's very easy. For example, 7 into 7 is a square number, in fact. So you should round this number to the nearest 10. You are going to tell the 10 minus 3 is 7. 10 minus 3 is 7. Therefore, I will make 7 takes 3. It will be 4. Okay, 4 into 10, it will be 40, plus the product of 3. Okay, by 3, it will be 9. Therefore, this is the answer. Okay, now we move to the benefits. This are the questions the learners should focus on. That. Okay, this is a video where can we, let's say, show something here. I would just show something. Yes, okay. Between parentheses, I'll just extend this. Okay, this is my method, the method of the teacher, Murad Sultan, the pioneers in method. Just I will. Okay, if we suppose this is a times b, okay, therefore n minus b is be subtracted to give n the nearest number. Then I should subtract a from, I should, let's say, I should take n minus b, okay. It comes like that. Okay, now, yes. Therefore, I will make it, yes, like that. For 19 into 18, you just, let's say, round this number to the nearest 20. 20 minus 18 gives 2. 20 minus 19 is 1. Therefore, I will subtract 2 from 19, will give you 17. Should be multiplied by the number that you rounded for, 20, double 17, 34. Then 340 plus 2 times 1. Okay. So this is my method that I invented for learners. Okay. I will start exactly for you. I'll just close this one, then I'm going to stop this. Okay. Okay. Now I'll go back to this one. Now this one. Then I should stop this here. Okay. Thank you, and